hmm I just got here. It's 2:17. I got here about 3 or 4 minutes ago. Yes. I did call the public defender's office just about 7 minutes ago. Yeah. The last time I had gotten a phone call from them was on September 24th at 4:40 p.m. Yes. But you can see that I called them on Wednesday, November 14th at 2:10 p.m. Oh. While I was walking to the library, I thought I better get back to them. I mentioned that the 22nd is Thanksgiving, and I've been thinking about doing some volunteer work. Yes. And then the 23rd, the day after Thanksgiving, that's Black Friday. Ouch. Family obligations, thinking I might go spend some money, buy some items. But Jack suggested the 23rd, the 30th, and actually the 7th of December would work better for me. I said I could make it work. Yes. But it'd be a real strain, I tell you, getting there. Yes. Now, I know that it's important, yes, that I get to court whenever I say, yes, December 7th of 2018. But it didn't seem very important to the court to actually have me get to court. Yes. See, the last time I actually appeared in court, I think it was August 31st, approximately 9 a.m., and then we had a scheduled hearing on the 28th of September. Yes. And but they had scheduled it for the 25th of September. Yes. Mm. And I got a call from Jack on the 24th of September. Yes. And Jack told me there was a little clerical error and they were going to have to reschedule it. I said, well, call me. And it looks like the court decided to take over 2 months to obligate me to have to appear in court again. Yes. Now, I really didn't like getting a phone call from the personal business phone of Brett Roberts. Yes. Now, the last time I appeared in court was August 31st, as I remember it. Yes. I did look online to see if I was on the docket. Yeah. But I think any time a court takes approximately 2 months to put somebody else, someone, the accused, back on the docket, yeah. There could be a lawsuit in this. So now I've been mentioning these lawsuits where I was wanting a couple $100 billion. And the sheriff's department decided to be total fucking assholes. So I decided to email those in Arizona. How are the sheriffs in Arizona? Now, you remember this Criminal History Information, Child Abuse Information Act? Yes. Mhm. Why don't you give me my background check again? This concept of continuing to go to court could be affecting my actual criminal history? Yes. Now, let's say I had a failure to appear for the 7th of December and somebody decided to arrest me. I'm thinking that when courts don't find it necessary to reschedule court hearings so there's a consistent chronological flow of court dates, yes, and they take 7 weeks off to just kind of think about things and what they want to do, yeah, there are certain equal protections of the law that I think are being violated. Oh, now I know, as I mentioned, yes, I did call him back on the public defender's recorded line. And I don't want to get one of these failure to appears where you decide to put me in jail and then you electrocute me and have me admitted to a psychiatric type of facility. But when the last court hearing was on the 31st of August, a Friday at 9 a.m., and the next court hearing was the 28th, yes, because Judge Landis like to keep the 21st free, but they put the wrong court date on the 25th, yeah. Is there any accountability for a judicial system that doesn't seem to feel an obligation, yeah, to have a consistent scheduling of court dates? Now, I was wanting to put Jack in prison today. Wanting to put Sheriff Bill Benedict in prison. Yeah. Sheriff Stanko and Sheriff Joe. Ooh, 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 ooh. And then there are all those sheriffs in Arizona that having any knowledge of some sort of retaliation. Yeah. Now, this was my intake general assessment interview. I did get a phone call from OLECAP reminding me of my appointment at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Yes. And I really like those phone calls. Anytime you want to give me a reminder call so as to help me remember that I need to be someplace, I appreciate it. Now, the Housing Resource Center did the assessment. Yes. And this was on the 25th of October. I probably should scan these in. Oh. Now, I've been staying at the emergency bed. It's a place that I'd like to rent. Yeah. But I've been having some difficulty getting rental assistance. Yes. Now, there's what's known as the HARPS assistance. Yes. I thought I'd do a little research because when I was reading through this in my own personal time, yes, there was some sort of emergency housing relocation program for those that have stayed in a homeless shelter. Yeah. Now, I actually did fill this out when I stayed at the homeless shelter. Yes. And I told the sheriff's department and the police departments that I didn't want to speak to Jack or his office. Yes. But you didn't want to enforce the law. I told you that I didn't want to go to the rental assistance at OLECAP tomorrow. And you decided that you were going to retaliate. Yes. Why don't you give me the background check? Oh, I just want to know what the sheriffs of Arizona are seeing right now. Now, my name, yes, social security number, birth date, I'm 48 years old. Now, please complete one form for each member of the household. More forms needed to ask the front desk. Yes. Now, this is the email address. Yes. Oh, I filled this out 2 days after the homeless shelter had opened on August 15th. Yes. Now, as I was reading this, I thought that if you stayed at a homeless shelter, right, that you would be eligible for some emergency housing relocation costs. Yes. And it's nice that OLECAP is going to allow me to get some sort of rental assistance, the deposit in the first 2 weeks worth of rent. Yes. But I've been having some breathing problems. I thought I should go to VMO, the drop-in clinic. Yeah. Gonna need a prescription for a CPAP machine because I haven't been breathing very good. Yes. And I know as soon as I get one of those, I'm gonna have to go on Apple Care. So as soon as I can move in, then I'll have an outlet that I can plug the CPAP machine into. Yes. Instead of waking up multiple times at night, coughing my lungs up, vomiting. I'm just going to need one of those prescriptions, yes, where you can get insurance to pay for a CPAP machine because somebody really doesn't want me to breathe while sleeping. Ouch. Now, I know you're the sheriff's department right now. I'm just documenting what I'm going to have to do. Ouch. See, I had went to the actual meeting with the landlord. Yes. I think it's very important that she gets paid to rent me a room. Yeah. Now, this Brett Roberts, WSBA 40628, that had signed this on August 2nd. Yes. And then waited until the 8th to file the 2-count criminal complaint. Yes. For the allegation of the crime happening on June 16th of 2017. Yeah. It must not be that serious. I mean, am I really a domestic abuser? Uh-oh, some retaliation again. You know, I'm really getting upset at Clallam County and their way of handling problems. I'm kind of thinking that I've been wanting to sue you. Yes. And then I talked to you about having an election where you did have knowledge of forgery and fraud. But you had to get elected sheriff, didn't you? I got to talk